this video is going to be about being an owner-operator, having your own company, and the importance of a background check. Before we dive into this, I definitely want to say, go to YBETV.org. And if you got questions that you want to ask about trucking, about business, about being in the business of trucking, or being in the trucking of business, or you got some trucking questions about health and family, just shoot me fill out the contact form and shoot the question to me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Go to www.ybetv.org/shop. You can pick up the business marketing course, the business credit course. We got them in bundles. We got them in singles. We got the t-shirt bundles. We got mentorship program. We got all types of stuff for you and your business. So just go on over there and check it out. And we got big news. YBE Transportation is hiring. Yes, we are hiring people like you that's watching, that's got 2 years experience, that's tired of being out there ripping and running, making $500, $600, $700 a week. It's terrible. Come on over here to YBE Transportation and make some real money. Come on over where it was founded by a driver that's been out there on black ice, as they say in the South. Black ice. That's what they driving on in the South when they go north and it's ice on. They call it black ice. That's what they got out there. Now, let's dive into it. The importance of a background check. Now, this is going to be a serious one. I might joke a little bit, but it's very serious, and it's near and dear to my heart. I'm a person that believes in second chances. I'm a person that believes in third and fourth chances. But I'm a person that believes that the way that this justice system in this country is set up, it breaks people. And it psychologically breaks a man's spirit. And a lot of the times they deal with paranoia. They're overly aggressive. And they're just impossible to work with. Now, what I say in the background check is just know what you're getting into. When you got somebody that did 5 or 10 years or 8, 9, 10, 15 years in prison, it's a very big chance that that person, their philosophy is going to be, let's just say this, a lot of times they become institutionalized. They're overly aggressive sometimes, and then they just, like, they overly assert themselves. Sometimes they make too many excuses. They don't want to do the work. I want my money now, or you're not going to play me. Hey, calm down. I remember Stewie on Family Guy. Calm down. It's okay. Now, this is the thing. I'm not saying that, that you shouldn't give people chances. And in your hiring process that you shouldn't. I'm just saying, consider the fact that if someone has done so many years in prison, that sometimes the paranoia or the delusion that everybody is against them and everybody is trying to go and get that person, it just sets in, and they start to believe that, and it's just like, it's ridiculously hard to work with. One of the things that I say is, if you are going to do that, you need to come up with a battery of questions and scenarios that you can ask a person. That's the best way. They can lie, but just let them know, like, hey, one sign of disrespect. If you raise your voice to me a certain type of way, if you're disrespectful, if you're overly aggressive, if you don't want to do the work, if you don't want to take responsibility, I'm just going to let you go immediately. Make sure you do a contract. Make sure you just kind of watch what you're doing, because, like, as much as a lot of these guys, they come home from the penitentiary or even the county prison, some of them are totally damaged and they need a lot of healing. Some of them need therapy. Some of them need to just, like, someone needs to psychologically go into their mind and just reconnect some of the wires that's disconnected some of the way. It's sad. It's sad that a person can go into this system and it does not help them. It makes them a worse person. They deal with so many psychological issues that, it's pretty much impossible to work with. And some of these guys are really talented. They're smart. They're great individuals. They have shining personalities, but they just snap. And sometimes they just kind of dip in and out of reality. And one of the things in prison that, like, not speaking from experience, I haven't been in prison before, is that violence is like a form of communication in prison. And being really aggressive and overly assertive and over masculine is one of the ways that a lot of people deal with problems in prison. And you know, sometimes a person comes home and they really think that that's the way that they need to deal with things. When you use your words, you know, you stay polite, you keep your tone down, you know, you talk to people with respect. Because, like, you know, it's just sad to see that these jails be breaking people, man. And it's sad, but do your background check, know what you're getting into, and, you know, do your battery of caution. Hey, how would you deal with this situation? What if this happens? This, and this. Or, you know, just look for the warning signs. I'm not saying don't give a person a chance that you know, because there's a lot of great people that went to jail that came home and they the most coolest, calmest, smoothest cats in the world. But there's a lot of people that come from that penitentiary and they in their mind, they still locked up. And I just want to say that it's sad, man. I thought that that part on Don't Be a Menace was a joke with the guy. I think his name was Ice Pick. He was out. He wasn't even using a knife and a fork. He was actually using a shank to shank the chicken. He was phone check, and he was shanking the turkey. And I thought it was hilarious until, like, I actually met Ice Pick. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And I just want to say, man, my hat and my heart goes out to the people that's been going to jail and coming home. But look, for the people that's doing the hiring, make sure you check into them and make sure you ain't getting yourself into nothing that's gonna be, you know, a headache. And for the people that's fans that's been to jail, I'm not talking down to you guys. I just want to say, listen, fam, learn how to I'm not gonna say learn. Like, if you having a problem expressing yourself without being overly assertive or overly aggressive, you need to work on it, bro. Because that's not how the world works. Learn how to finesse, learn how to talk to people, learn how to communicate without being too assertive or too aggressive. I'm not saying be no punk. I'm not saying don't stand up for yourself. But it's a way to do things. And I'm going to give you an example, then I'm going to go. If your money is not correct, you say, hey, I was looking over my paycheck and I caught an error and I just wanted to go over, you know, my settlement with you. Like, oh, okay, what's going on? Well, right here, I actually didn't get reimbursed for these things and this, and this. I just wanted to let you know that, you know, I did catch that error. And I want to know, like, what's the process? What do I need to do to make sure that I get reimbursed? Well, you this, and this, and then it'll be on that check. Well, could you do me one? I actually had plans with my money, so I actually would need it, you know, today. You know, I would need like a com check or something of that nature. And just work with people and just talk to them, because you get more bees with honey than you do crack. And it's coming from a man that used to try to solve every problem with a hammer, till I found out sometimes a feather will do the trick. That's all I'm saying. It's your boy Tunchi, this YBETV. And if you don't want to end up in a box, think outside of it. YB.